Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 2nd, 2022, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the US dollar makes new record decade multi-year highs versus the Japanese yen. We're going to take a look at that in just a second at 140. But first, looking at the major economic events of today at 2:30 South African time, non-farm payroll coming out of the United States, an important number. Now, as we look at the various markets, starting out with the euro, it's seesaws while the British pound is still on its lows. Looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both settling lower. Gold traded lower as well, and oil right off support on the bottom range. Now looking at the tech stocks, they did bounce, but not by much. And lastly, Bitcoin unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So first take a look at the Euro USD. It did rebound from our lows. It's pretty much in a range. Bottom range is 99.20-ish level. Upper range is 1-ish level. Okay, so that is where we are right now, and you can see that most of that has been exhausted already. Now, as we look at the various markets, starting out also with the Japanese yen, look at that, 140.42, unbelievable. We're looking at a monthly chart. This is as long as we can go, and since the year 2000 until now, we have not hit 139 versus the Japanese yen. This is really historic because in 2000, I was working for a Japanese company in New York in trading, and we always used to say 139 was that spot. And since then, it's never been there. So this is really very, very important as we're breaking above this area. And so unbelievable. This is historic. Okay, this is another historic moment as we're seeing itself. Now, it could go up to 145, 150 at this stage. You know, if it's broken the upper range, it could break higher as well. So just keep that in mind later today. Now looking at gold, trading lower at 17 this morning. Okay, it did go back to that bottom of the range at close to the next Fibonacci support level. But if it breaches that, we could see ourselves going back to 1620-ish levels. So keep that in mind. Looking at crude oil, just trading in a tight range, just jumping off of that support at $85 to $88. Not a big deal, but it's doing what it's doing. So keep that in mind as it's trading, consolidating in this area. Now looking at the big board, we did sell off yesterday. Okay, we did sell off and then make it back somewhat during the day. Okay, that's why you have this hangman kind of formation right here at 31.63. 663 is where we are right now. Now we're going into the summer months. So we're coming out of the summer months, excuse me, but we're going into the fall. September, January as sell-off months. So keep that in mind as we're looking at that. The NASDAQ, same thing, as it's inched down to 12,279 as well. Now looking at the individual stocks, they did bounce. Okay, if we look at Apple, they did bounce, okay, from 156 to 158-ish level. If we look at Microsoft, also just a little bit of a bounce. Tesla, well, let's look at Tesla at a 15-minute chart because its chart is all wacky right now. Okay, it did bounce. It did get a little bit of a bounce yesterday, so that's a rebound somewhat. And, you know, the stocks are showing some strength, but they're on really key vital levels. The last one is Facebook. Facebook actually showing more strength than I give it. Because remember, 155 is that support level. If it breaches it, then, you know, we can make new lows for the year. So that's another one that that is, you know, kind of on the threshold. Lastly, Intel, okay, did finally get. This is like the first time you've got some, you know, green candles on a 4-hour chart, you know, in a very long time. Okay, it's just one green candle on a 4-hour chart. We're looking at a 1-hour chart. You saw a few of them. So this is really very important because Intel is a really important company and does make a lot of news. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin, nothing. It's not moving. It's trading at $20,500 range, really very tight. So just keep that in mind. It's still tradable, yes, but you got to be perfect. You got to be like pristine. Buying at 20,000 and selling at 20,500, very low probability trade. So just steer away from it, especially today we have NFP coming out. You might as well want to focus your time on the Euro or the Dow Jones for that matter. This is Fred Razak. I wish you a great trading day and a beautiful weekend. God bless everybody.